As you can see with all of these swings next to me, one of the most common swing characteristics that we see out on tour is amazing width in both the backswing and the follow through, and sort of this body driven golf swing. Quite often amateurs struggle with this. So in today's video, I'm going to show you one drill and one little prop that you can use in your practice sessions that's going to teach you how to take the arms out of your swing and have a more body driven golf swing. It's so simple, yet so effective. Now, how often do you look at your swing and it looks something along the lines of this? In the backswing, your arms sort of collapse, maybe you overswing. On the way down, you're sort of buckling the body and you get into this scoopy motion, maybe a little bit of the chicken wing right there. Well, a large part of this is because your arms are working independently with your body. So they are not working together. And this is one of the biggest swing mistakes that I see out there, which just overcomplicates the game. If we can get the body and the arms connected a lot more and working together, then it's going to simplify everything down. Now, firstly, what does this look like before we dive into the drill? Well, if I set up to this golf ball and I start to take it back, you can see, if you imagine sort of a piece of string going from my lead hand to the center of my chest. In the backswing, it's as if I keep that piece of string tense or taut the whole way back, all the way to the top, all the way there. And you can see in this position, this means that I have great width. So my hands are wide away from my body. My right arm's folded the right amount. From the down the line view, you can see how good that structure is right there. On the way down, this therefore then means I can shallow the club out because I have good width. And on the way through, if I continue all the way through, again, you imagine that piece of string right there. Again, it's taut in that position. It's nice and wide. That's going to help me rotate more. It's going to help me with my low point control, my release, speed, all of these amazing things. Now, if we take that same analogy of a piece of string going from the center of the chest to the hands, most golfers look like this, and then that piece of string would droop right there at the top. It might then re-tighten, and then it would droop right there. Now, let's jump straight into the drill. Now, to do this drill, all you need is some sort of elastic or stretching band, anything like that. You can pick them up on Amazon very, very cheaply, and these are awesome to help you with your golf swing. Now, just place the club on the ground. From there, take this band, sort of loop it behind your back, and then bring it in front of you and kind of take a golf grip with it like so. Now, in this position, if you are the golfer who is collapsing your arms, you are going to be allowing this elastic band to pull your arms inwards. And again, this is what we see most golfers do. In the backswing, they very much sort of collapse their arms into this position. And this is what the elastic band is trying to do. It's trying to pull your arms closer. On the way through as well, we see so many people get into this chicken wing position. Again, this is what the elastic band is trying to do. It's trying to pull your arms in. So the reason why this is great, and you can just loop it behind your back, is because you are going to have to push yourself beyond the point of where you would be with a golf club and actually try and stretch to keep your arms away from your body. Now, if I do that here, I sort of take my golf grip at the end of these bands and I try and go to the top and I stretch. You can see how I'm actually having to put more force away from me so that I stop my arms from collapsing. So this is why this is awesome, because it actually trains you a little bit beyond the point that we would be in the golf swing to where I go right nice and wide to nice and wide. And you can see I'm always trying to keep the tension in the band. So I'm here, I'm going to go wide to wide. Now, as I do this, what do you notice about my pivot? First of all, it is forcing me to turn. If I only turn to here, my arms are only going to get to this position, and then if I stop turning, I'll collapse it in, and we know we haven't done the drill correctly. So what this is doing is it's also forcing me to have to pivot correctly right here. You can see I have to pivot in order to complete my turn. If I just do it with my arms, we're going to lose the tension, and we know we've done the drill incorrectly. So A, it's helping us with the pivot. B is helping us with the obvious one, the width. It's keeping me nice and wide in the backswing. Now see, from the down the line view, you can see how this sort of keeps my hands in front of my body. Again, if I was to lift my arms out and away, it would feel very, very difficult. The stretch on the band would get too much. Again, it's going to prevent you from doing that. But also, if you suck your arms inside, you can see how there's no tension in the band. It's going to tell you if you've done that as well. So it's amazing because it keeps you on plane in the backswing as well. Then from there in the downswing, you can then stretch into this nice wide position. Now, if I actually grab the club and sort of put it back in my hands whilst having this band in my left hand, you can see, like so, if I just make a backswing, how it's keeping me in this great wide position, good pivot right there. And from the downline view, you can see I have great depth and great width. From there, as I shift, club wants to then shallow out, and as I go through into this nice wide position, kind of like a Tommy Fleetwood style follow through, very wide, very cut off. And I can just do some swings like this where I feel nice and wide to nice and wide. And again, I really feel like my chest, my abdomen, my pelvis is having to work hard, turn and turn, allowing my arms to stay nice and wide, creating this body-driven goal swing, but also helping me generate this great width. So what I want you to do as you practice this is just do some swings like this. You can see I've got the band right on the top of the grip, and then going to take sort of a makeshift grip right here. And I'm just going to do some little half swings to start with, just feeling what it feels like to go wide to wide, wide to wide. And you're trying to keep the tension in this band for as long as possible throughout the whole swing. If you see the tension collapse or the tension collapse, you know you've broken down. Chances are you haven't rotated and your arms have overtaken the swing, giving you that sort of armsy look. So go nice and wide to wide. Now, once you've done that a couple times, then you can sort of increase it, go a little bit wider and a little bit longer to wide on the way through. And you can see on all of these swings, this is really forcing me to have to pivot correctly, get that great sequencing, get that great body connection, and get the arms and the body working together. So now if I drop that down and I just do a couple of swings without it, it suddenly makes my arms go, whoa, I've got no resistance there. It suddenly becomes so much easier. It's just kind of effortless to keep that width in there. So this is the great thing. Because we are adding some little bit of resistance training, it's pushing our brain beyond the point of comfort. So then from there, when we add the golf club back in the hands, it becomes so much easier without the band. And this is the key. We want to make it as easy as possible to generate this body-driven golf swing. So much more consistent. It's going to help you shorten up your swing, get you more compact, do everything that you want it to do. So what I want you to do, once you've done that a couple of times, is then just hit a little half shot. Again, wide to wide. Imagine there's a piece of string going from your chest to your hands. Keep the tension in that swing. Keep everything nice and wide. Body-driven goal swing. We go wide to wide. And that has about a yard of draw in it, super consistent strike, and then from there we can gradually start to build it up in terms of swing length. From there, you are going to find that it is going to be so much more consistent in terms of producing this body-driven goal swing rather than using your arm. Now there you have it. That is such a simple drill that you can do every single time you get down to the driving range. In fact, you can actually just do it at home, and it is going to work wonders for you. And like I said, because you are sort of having some resistance doing it, in a sense, it's kind of resistance training. It's going to make your muscles get used to sort of applying that force away from you so that when you do actually grab the club, it's going to be so much easier. So it is an absolute must-do drill, not only for the backswing, but also for the downswing and the follow-through. Now, if you need a little bit more one-to-one help with your game, I offer online coaching on the Skillest platform. The link is down below, so please check it out. Would love to help you with your game. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and subscribe, and also click that bell button. Reason being is you'll get notified every time I upload a new video, and trust me, I have some awesome content about to be released, so you do not want to miss it. I hope to see you back here soon.